Don Young is an idiotic Republican lawmaker from Alaska, and this is the guy who said that government safety nets lead to suicide. So you can see we're dealing with a true Einstein here. Well, he's back, and he was discussing a situation with the wolf population in Alaska. And listen to this. Take note of what he says at the end here, because it's very telling.
That's the problem with your department. You have a bunch of people within these agencies making decisions without consultation with you or consultation with the state or the native groups, which they're told to do under the law. They go like this to the state of Alaska, this to the Alaska natives, and say, we are the Park Service.
Sir, I know that there is...
That 79 letters that you just sent to people in that wolf deal, how many of you got wolves in your district? None. None. Not one. 79 people sent a letter concerning your deer herd and elk herd and want to say, don't delist. And by the way, thank you, delist the gray wolf. The gray wolf, in fact, is a predator which is killing the cloven hoof animals. And we get 79 congressmen sending you a letter, haven't got a damn wolf in your whole district. I'd like to introduce them in your district. I'd introduce your district, you wouldn't have a homeless problem anymore. I yield back.
Now, some people might hear that and say, come on, he was just mentioning something in passing. He wasn't serious that, he really wants wolves to eat homeless people. But I think that those comments are instructive because they highlight an attitude that's quite common among Republican politicians. And that attitude is that the homeless don't count. And somehow, in literally every single case, it's their fault. It's some sort of a moral failing on their part that led them to be homeless. It can't be that all these other factors come together in a complicated soup that led to somebody being down on their luck and they were chewed up and spit out by society to a certain extent. No. It's on you as an individual, and it's your moral failings that led to this problem. And my takeaway from this is that's what a bigot sounds like right there. The definition of a bigot is somebody who's intolerant of the beliefs of others and the feelings of others. And that's Don Young in a nutshell. I mean, look at how callous he is, right? And I think that the fact that he mentioned it in passing in the midst of a different conversation about wolves is more telling to me, right? Because it shows that it's something that's of course in his mind. It's of course. It's like, of course the homeless are just, they're pests that just annoy everybody, and I look down on them and they're a problem and I'd rather just eliminate them. Yeah, I'd want to introduce wolves to your areas. They could take care of the homeless problem. It's this dismissive, fuck them attitude, man. And then these guys always call liberals elitists. We're elitists. You're the one that's just smugly fuck all homeless people, man. I don't give a fuck if wolves eat them. I don't give a shit. But we are elite, right? And by the way, Don, there are 49,933 homeless veterans in America. Apparently, you don't give a shit about them, do you? It's nice to know that you don't support the troops, buddy. Thank you for letting us know that. I always find it funny that Republicans scream about supporting the troops during times of war. In 2004, it was all you heard. Support the troops! Liberals don't support the troops! Liberals don't support the troops! Funny how, in their minds, supporting the troops means sending them off to unnecessary wars to die. That's supporting the troops. But, doing something like trying to fix the 49,933 homeless vets problem, trying to address that doesn't fall under supporting the troops. It's not supporting the troops to try to make sure that they have a roof over their head and food in their stomach and job opportunities. No, that's not supporting the troops. Supporting them is sending them to die in Iraq. That's what supporting the troops is. They just have it totally backwards, man. All their concepts and policy beliefs and ideas, it's almost a guarantee at this point that if you take the opposite of what they believe, is guaranteed to be the proper thing and the moral thing to believe. And then also, the entire homeless population in America. You ready? 578,424 people. Don Young looks at that, 578,424 people, and he doesn't give a shit. It's not even an issue to him. As if those people aren't Americans, as if they don't count, as if this isn't a political issue when it is, like, the main political issue in the country. There's an argument that should be number one on the list of things to address politically. Couldn't care less. Not on his mind. Doesn't concern him. 578,424 homeless people. I guess, every single one of them, they're just immoral, bad people. Right, Don? They don't all have individual stories as to how they got to where they are. They don't all have feelings and emotions and things in their life. No, they're just fuck them. I don't care if they're eaten by wolves. It's so funny that he talks about how liberals are immoral people and they're bad people. He does it on a regular basis. But clearly, he's just a bad person. Look, I'm sorry, man, but that's what a bad person looks like. What you just heard right there, that's something a bad person says. That's what a bad person says right there. Fuck them. I don't care about the homeless people. I don't care about them. Okay, well, you're telling us something about your moral character. And finally, to end on a lighter note here, I love how the so-called serious political issues in Alaska, conversations about elk and deer. A world I'm totally unfamiliar with.